Did you know that the hair curler, the mousetrap, and the automatic machine gun were all invented by the same guy, and he's buried here in West Norwood Cemetery? Hiram Maxim was an American inventor born in 1840. He invented fire sprinklers and that Swizzly fairground ride, and argued with Edison over who invented the light bulb because he said that it was him. But when he was at some inventor convention in Vienna, let's call it InventoCon, in 1882, he bumped into an old friend who told him, "Hang your chemistry and electricity. If you want to make a pile of money, invent something that will enable these Europeans to cut each other's throats with greater facility." So he did, putting adverts in the local paper in West Norwood telling people to leave their windows open to avoid them getting smashed when he tested his gun in his garden. The Victorian equivalent of living next door to a DJ, I guess. Prior to the Maxim gun, you had the Gatling gun, which was hand-cranked and kind of like someone had taped a bunch of guns together. It was heavy and it overheated a lot. Maxim used the recoil from the previous round to load the next round in his gun, and invented a water cooling system, which meant that if you had water and you had bullets, you could essentially fire that baby forever. I know what you're thinking, who on earth would need to do that? And I have 3 words for you: the British Empire. It was used to great effect in the scramble for Africa, which had everyone scrambling for a Maxim gun, and he was more than happy to oblige selling it to all sides in the First World War. I know what you're thinking, this is a terrible invention. Perhaps he Oppenheimered it and regretted the monster he'd made. Nah, he lived long enough to see the Battle of the Somme in 1916, and he was entirely unbothered because by that time he was filthy rich, had British citizenship and a knighthood. But perhaps he had good character in other respects. Nah, when he was 44 he tricked a 15-year-old girl into marrying him and having his baby, whilst he already had a wife and children. He died in 1916 when he was 76, profoundly deaf from messing around with guns. What a guy. Interestingly though, he did invent a kind of inhaler for bronchitis at the end of his life, which he called the Pipe of Peace, and was derided as a quack for doing so. He remarked, "It will be seen that it is a very creditable thing to invent a killing machine, and nothing less than a disgrace to invent an apparatus to prevent human suffering." Wonder what that says about us.